Go as LordShaedow on the mic. I play to win, never to lose. In the contest of champions, I'm the one they choose. Swipe, my moves are slick. Dexterity more heavily, I dodge quick. Class champ, I'm the master of the game. Cosmic science, skill tech mutant, I claim. Arena and chill grind, that's how I roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. The fight, I'm swift, my tactics excite. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite. From the streets to the screen, my skills are renowned. In the world of Marvel, I'm the king crown, so listen up. Here's the story of the champ, LordShaedow's the name. I'm the grind track fan.
Hey everyone, Shadow here, and welcome to another Marvel Contest of Champions video. So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at Dust. I just recently took my 7-star up, as you can see, to rank 2, and she is unawakened. Now, Dust is nasty on defense. We already know this. However, she's actually pretty good on offense as well. So we're going to take a little closer look at her. First, let's take a look at the synergies she has, and I try to look at who she has the synergy with, as well as what the synergy does, because the best synergy in the world doesn't matter if it's a champion you really are not going to be using on your team. Okay, so this first one here is with Kamala Khan. Okay, chances are you're not going to be bringing her on the team, but you can see that after her Sandstorm, her next special attack is passively unblockable. That could be useful. Okay, and then we've got Jubilee. I really hope Jubilee gets a buff at some point in time. When Dust's opponent purifies any debuff, there's a 35% chance to inflict an additional sand passive. That also seems to be nice to have. We got X23. I remember back in the day, X23 was pretty awesome, especially if you were fighting against someone who was bleed immune. She could still do damage. Striking an unstoppable opponent while Sandstorm is active grants Dust a personal prowess passive. Interesting. Don't know if I would use that a lot. Then we've got this one here. Now I see Magneto right off. I see out of all of these, I can see myself bringing at least 4 of them on the team. I use Sandman in War. Terrax, I also use him in War. Magneto, I use in War. And White Magneto, for his pre-fight ability, also can be used in War. Karnak, probably wouldn't bring him. So you have a good selection here. But all it does is give them 4% attack rating. All right. So now this, it doesn't say it does not stack. Okay. So you see how the unique synergy does not stack? This one stacks. So the more of these you put on, the higher that is. So Sandman, that's 4%. Terrax, that's going to be 8%. Magneto, you got it, right? 12%, and so on. And then the final one here, honestly, the only one that I might be tempted would be Wolverine, and that's only if I had the APOC synergy. And it just gives them a little bit more armor rating. So chances are I would not be using that one. This Benders of the Earth could be useful. I could see that. Okay. Let's take a look at their her tags. Okay, so you guys can see her tags there. Size small. Hero. She's an X-Men. I did not know that, actually. I'm learning as I go here. All right, and it looks like Provocateur. She's also a Saga champion. Okay, y'all can read her bio. All right, now, she is not awakened. So does she need to be awakened? I don't believe so. When either champion's combo meter reaches a multiple of 10, Dust has a 60 all the way to 100% chance to inflict a sand debuff for 6 seconds. All right, when she's fighting against skill, and while Sandstorm is active, she gains a steadfast. Now that can be useful. That's utility. Whenever Dust prevents a bleed effect via immunity, she has a chance to inflict 1 sand debuff for 6 seconds. So all of those are nice, but not needed. Okay? I would take her up regardless. Now, here's where I like Dust. Dust is immune to bleed, poison, and shock. Guess who runs Liquid Courage and Double Edge? So she's immune to the bleed and the poison, but also the shock. In war, there are some nodes where she would be very good. That shock immune? Yes. Her light and heavy attacks do not make contact with the opponent. Do you know what that means? Champions that have some nasty damage back, if you do light and heavy, you should be all right. I'm thinking, and I have not done this, but I'm thinking of Atuma. I'm thinking of Korg. Those two in particular. The fact that she doesn't make contact, very, very nice. All right, so incoming attacks during Dust's well-timed block window have a 100% chance to glance. See this here? Glancing hits cannot be critical, deal 50% reduced damage, and suffer minus 100% offensive ability accuracy. Now, I want to talk about this because I discovered something that I was like, wait, how does she do that? You know Photon? You know how when you parry Photon, she'll, go into that, not, what is it, untouchable or whatever mode, and you have to wait it out? Guess what? It doesn't trigger with Dust because of that ability accuracy reduction. She can parry Photon and not have any problem. So you can fight Photon normally. I discovered that and had to actually come back to her kit and go, why is this happening? Because I had never done an in-depth look at her kit. All right. If the opponent has the willpower mastery active, it is removed. Nasty. Okay. So now her sand effects. Now keep in mind that you read her signature ability just has more sand debuffs, right? For 6 seconds. But she's going to do it anyway. All right. Whenever the opponent or their block is struck by a medium attack or has a hit glance, they are inflicted with a sand debuff. So they're going to get sand debuffs on them. Punishing a heavy or special attack with a light or medium inflicts 2. So they're going to get these debuffs on them. When the opponent purifies a debuff, Dust deals a burst of physical damage and inflicts 1 indefinite sand passive. If the purified debuff was a sand debuff, 2 additional sand passives are inflicted. Shenasty. Okay? As an attacker, Dust light attacks purify her most recently inflicted personal debuff on the opponent on hit. So her light attacks will purify it. She'll get that burst of damage, and then they'll inflict 2 sand passives. Sweet. She's going to get them, okay? Now, inflicting her with an incinerate or plasma will crystallize her sand, removing 1 sand effect from her opponent. So fighting her with someone that can do incinerates or plasma effects will make it a little bit easier because it's not a done deal. It doesn't shut her down completely. Okay. And it'll remove it. It doesn't say it will purify it. It'll remove it. Okay, now check this out. All the time I was playing Dust, I did not know this. So look at this. As an attacker, when Dust performs a heavy attack, she spins up a sandstorm for 16 seconds. When finished, it goes into cooldown. I was playing Dust on offense without ever activating her sandstorm, and then wondering why her damage was looking a little lackluster, right? As a defender, when Dust's opponent reaches 4 sand effects, she spins up a sandstorm. So I was always fighting Dust, and I saw the sandstorm, and I'm like, what in the world? Okay. But when I'm playing, it wasn't coming up because I have to activate it. Okay. When a sandstorm is spun up, Dust removes all sand effects on the opponent. For each effect removed, Dust gains a 3.5% prowess passive until the sandstorm ends. Sandstorm and its prowess effects are not affected by ability accuracy modification. Max prowess 99. So basically, you want to, when you're fighting with, as her, you want to build up your sand passives, and then fire off your heavy and go to town. Fire your specials or what have you. Okay? Now, here you go. While that sandstorm is active, now we already know one of the things it does. It gives you a lot more prowess, all right? And this is what prowess does. It increases your special attack damage. Okay? So your specials are going to hit way harder the more Dust you have when you do the sandstorm. Whenever Dust would inflict a sand effect, she instead gains an additional prowess passive. Woo! And a power efficiency. Reduces the cost of specials because she needs to fire those specials. Now, normally, someone who has to spam specials, I would say is not really friendly to the, liquid courage, double edge, recoil masteries. But she is still good for that. Okay? As an attacker, the opponent's basic attacks have a 60% chance to glance when hitting her block. That's when the sandstorm is active. Opponents are dealt physical damage every second. It scales with the base attack only and is reduced by 60 while the opponent is blocking. So the fact that she does physical damage makes her good for one of the nodes that has that high energy diet. She does physical damage, so she might be a good option for that node. Dust gains a grit passive. Wow. Look at that. So what you have to do if you're dealing with unstoppable opponents is get your sandstorm active and then go to town. You'll be able to hit them. That makes her good for Jessica Jones and pretty much anybody else that uses that unstoppable mechanic. Sandstorm is paused during the opponent's special attacks. I wish they would do this more often. I really do. Because with the AI acting like it does, firing off the special attacks to drain the timer for some of your stuff is really annoying. But for Dust, Sandstorm will be paused. So they can fire their special and you don't have to wait that out. Really wish they do that. And during Dust special attacks, it expires 50% slower. Nice. All right. And so now you have her special attacks here. Special attack 1 inflicts a debuff, okay? And it can be inflicted through block. That's nice. The final 2 hits inflict an additional sand debuff. So like I said before, her awakened ability is nice, but she does not need it. All right, special 2. It puts a physical vulnerability debuff for 20 seconds. That's a long time. And if these debuffs are purified, they are replaced with passive versions increased by 50. So if she's fighting somebody that thinks they're going to get rid of those, like, oh, I don't know, Kingpin, maybe a Tuma as well. Trying to think who else. But she's got something for them. And they're not getting rid of that passive. If Sandstorm is active, the final hit inflicts a stun passive for 2 seconds. That could be nice. You fire up your heavy attack and then fire your special 2. You can get in and get a nice full combo off after that. Very nice. And then special 3, look at this. This special attack does not consume power, but cannot be activated while Sandstorm or its cooldown are active. So you gotta wait. This special attack spins up a Sandstorm for 22 seconds. This Sandstorm does not have a cooldown, meaning when you fire this one up, after 22 seconds, you can fire it off again. If you want to do back-to-back special 3s. Okay. So that is a look into Dust. She is good. And I'm very happy to have ranked her up. And really, she's a candidate for rank 3, even unawakened. Now, later on, look for videos. I'm going to make videos for, some showcase. Take her into Realm of Legends and maybe Labyrinth of Legends, although I do not like Labyrinth of Legends with their evade. But I might make some videos just showcasing Dust and what she can do. All right. So that is going to do it for the video, guys. Thank you all for watching. Take care. Hit the like button. If you enjoyed it, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this video. What did you think about Dust? And you all have a blessed day.
Arena and chill grind, that's how we roll. No stress, no drama, just on patrol. In the fight, he's swift, his tactics be tight. LordShaedow's in the arena, ready to ignite. From the streets to the screen, his skills be renowned. In the world of Marvel, Lord the King.